And we are live.
Hey, yo, welcome back to The Connection, where we connect the dots between hip-hop and mental health.
Whoop,
I'm
whoop.
Shu.
I'm Hendo.
And we are back with another episode to bring you the
connection.
best of the best for hip-hop and mental health. We're going to jump into our first topic today. I'm very fucking excited to talk about this. For Change My Mind today, we're going to talk about this Tory and Joyner shit.
Man, listen, bro. Listen, look, he's taking his shirt off. He's taking his
feel me?
shirt off.
I'm taking my shirt off for this one.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like,
I hope you're going live for this one, man.
Shit's about to get intense in this bitch.
I really hope you're going live for this one. But listen, bro. I love Joyner Lucas's music. He's super talented. But Tory Lanez he swiped him. He
didn't swipe shit.
Bro, he swiped him.
He didn't swipe.
He ain't swipe him like he obliterated him, but like he
the only thing he's swiping for is he's trying to purchase and get his respect back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he's swiping.
Bro, I was on Tory's Instagram last night.
Yo, he posted some dumb shit.
He was like, niggas from the dot. He's taking all
pouring
bets.
bottles and shit, saying
bets.
shout out to Joyner. Like, his career was over today. Like,
no, he's a cocky motherfucker.
But Joyner posted that video, and I don't know if you saw what he said, but he's like, respond to round 2 so I can ether you for round 3. And that's that shit I'm talking about. Like, listen. Let's
Tory didn't respond.
We're gonna dive deep into this. First off, for me, before we dive into the Joyner and Tory thing,
I'm taking off my
let's you take that off. Let's talk about this. Hip hop beef for me, real rap has always been about when it comes to the battle, and it's like a boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody out there that listening that knows boxing, you go your rounds, and sometimes you get the shit beat out of you, right? But you can come back. There's 12 fucking rounds. Now, in hip-hop beef, there's not 12 rounds. It doesn't last that long.
Unless you're pushing T.
You fucking ether. The ether term was made years ago when Nas made ether, when him and Hove beat.
Ate him.
And we've been using that term for years now in hip-hop.
Ate him. You know ether is something to use to, like, mix coke with? Like,
right. That's why he made the song called Ether, but, like, now we've changed the meaning of ether in hip hop slang.
Bodied that nigga.
You body, like, there's no return. Like,
none.
You're not coming back from that shit.
Jay-Z.
Like, we can't wake you from the dead after that. Like, type of shit. So, like, we when we use that term, we don't throw it around lightly. Like, that term is only to be used in real like historic beef.
I think Jay and Meek are the only two people to come back from getting bodied, bro.
Jay and Meek.
Yeah. Eminem ruins careers.
Straight up.
Fifth ruins careers.
There's no coming back from certain careers like that. Like Ice Cube's been in a lot of healthy.
Ice Cube can really rap too.
Yeah. Especially back then. Like, I think there was a beef between like Ice Cube and Common. If I'm not mistaken, some shit like that.
Why would you beef with Common? He's the nicest guy in the world.
I don't know. All that. But didn't Drake and Common have something?
Drake and
exchanged
Common,
words.
They exchanged like little lines and shit on like Stay Scheming, and Common I think had dropped something.
Right.
And it was all over like Serena Williams. Like, it wasn't rap beef. It was
it was over a chick. Yeah.
It was like,
but like beef. My thing is like, back to the boxing thing. It's like a boxing match, right? So like my thing is, you have to take it to the chin if you get beat, but then come back if you feel as though you can come back. If you don't come back, it basically is, what that means is you're accepting defeat, because it's like in a boxing match, if you choose to end the fight because you can't handle it anymore, if you tap out, then you're tapping out. And to me,
and it's defeat. It
looks like Tory's tapping out. And regardless of, because the thing is, let's be honest, Tory's ego's getting in the way, and of course he's trying to turn it for everybody so it looks smooth. Like, he's a smooth ass dude. Like, I love Tory, but like, we're gonna get into Tory and Joyner specifically. But before, I just wanted to say, he's not going the rounds. You know what I mean? Like, Tory started this beef. Okay, Tory was talking shit. Tory felt like he could you know, I guess a lot of people recommended like, yo, if you take out Joyner, then it's on. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like if you take out Joyner, then we're never gonna say you can't rap. We're never gonna say that you can't battle anyone. Like we'll give you your respect because Joyner's that dude right now. You know what I mean? A lot of people were pointing him in that direction, as he said on the live when they were both, you know, on live with each other.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, for me, since he started it, number one. All right. Not only did he get involved in it, he started it.
He started it.
All right. He dropped the first one, and Joyner returned that punch within. I mean, he was like a jab. He returned that shit. I don't even know. It wasn't that long. It wasn't 24 hours. What would you say? A couple hours?
Like
a few hours?
8.
Joyner returned that shit quick.
Yeah.
And then Tory came back pretty quick. The next day he dropped his Liddy again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then so after Liddy again, Joyner responded within a day.
So that whack ass.
What was it?
Shit.
ZZ. It was not whack. Now let me tell you what he did. He was strategic about it. All right. The thing is, he was very in these kind of boxing matches, in these rap offs. You have to be strategic. You have to know your opponent. You have to learn things about them. You should know you're in one right now. We're in one. You know what I mean? Like we'll talk about that later. But you have to learn things about your opponent, like things that they wouldn't. You have to dig deep and learn things that they wouldn't think you would know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you really do.
The harder you dig, the deeper you dig, the better off you are. The better chance you have in claiming your victory. And, you know, Joyner recognized, he got real strategic and he recognized that Tory can flow fast, right? He comes with that fast spitting shit.
He does.
Right? He's got that.
Has been for a while.
He's got that. So Tory recognized that. Whether he already knew it or not, he recognized that and he adjusted. And he said, you know what? If I'm going to win this, I'm going to get super, super lyrical, and we're going to take it bar for bar. It's not even about the fast spitting anymore and getting people, you know, and entertaining people that way. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's slow the tempo down. Let's take it to the bars. And he flexed with the bars. All right? So he basically said, let's take it here and let's see what you can do. And that's why I think Tory's not responding. He's not responding because he's scared bar for bar. Because Tory said some shit on Liddy again. He definitely said some shit. I love Tory Lanez. So before anybody takes it like, you know, naturally as a lyricist, we all know who Joyner is. I mean, I've been following Joyner since he came out. You naturally want to side with Joyner, right? But I will say this, I love Tory. I'm a huge Tory fan. His albums are amazing. He makes amazing music.
Raps his ass off.
He's a better artist than most of the people out there. So I'm not even going to get into who's a better artist, right? But my thing is, when it comes to this rap beef, it's like, you don't want to fuck with Joyner.
He's not one
right?
to
Joyner's like the Eminem of the new generation. I'm coining that because like a lot of people would probably say that their styles are similar as far as their rhyme schemes and their lyricism and their storytelling and stuff like that. So when you have that caliber of an artist, you don't want to fuck with someone like that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I think Tory recognized that now, and he doesn't know how to respond bar for bar. Either that or he's taking really long. But the thing is, in rap beef, you really only have like really 1 to 3 days, like 3 days being the max. If you don't respond within 3 days, like if you respond like 4 days or a week later, we've already forgot about that shit. We've moved on. We don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll still listen to it, but it doesn't mean as much. Like the way everything is now, we're in the microwave era. Everything moves so quick. It heats up and it cools down. It's like the snap of a finger, like shit happens. It pops off. We want to know what the fuck's going on in the next like 48 to 72 hours max. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the fact that he's not responding and he's just up there talking shit saying that he lost. How could you claim? I don't think I don't even know in rap history if a person can just technically not respond and say, nah, he lost, it's not worth responding to. That's some fuck shit.
It is.
And that's a cop out. That's a cop out for me. I as much respect as I have for Tory, he's copping out. He needs to stay. Yo, at least put the fucking diss out and let us hear it and let us decide. It's for the people to decide. If you're in the beef, you don't get to decide who wins the beef or not. The fans do, right? We don't get to decide if we're decide if we're legends or not. No. The fans do. Yeah. Hove and M aren't legends because they said they're legends. It's because the motherfucking fans said they're legends, right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, Tory doesn't get to decide if he won this beef or not. I don't know who the fuck's gassing him up. And yes, he can spit, and he's proven that. And he came hard as fuck. But Tory Joyner got real personal on ZZ or whatever it's called. And I'm waiting. Tory needs to respond, man.
Some of that shit wasn't even true, though. So, like, you can't really even say he responded. He said a bunch of fake shit. Like, he said that Tory plagiarized lines, which isn't true. He said that he...
Yeah, but he also hit him with the art of peer pressure shit. And you already know! You already know what the fuck's up.
Tory bit the fuck out of art of peer pressure.
Dog,
maybe he didn't, like, bite it per se. Maybe he did it to pay homage and he likes the song. But, like... I don't want to hear you doing the remnants of another nigga's beat on your own album.
You feel me?
Like, I'm not cool with that.
You gotta originate your own shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, sure, people have sampled, people have taken ideas and stuff and made it, like, smooth, but, like, you can tell from the tone of Tory's voice, from the snare, that he wasn't trying to pay homage. He was trying to take the beat and turn it into something that was his. But it was just, like, it wasn't cool. Like, I think he told a good story, but, like, I definitely know that you took that from Art of Peer Pressure. Like, that was kind of a dub. Good song, but kind of a dub. Like, it wasn't that, like...
And you're a big man to admit that, because, like, the thing is...
I'm a big Tory fan.
You're a huge Tory fan.
I'm a huge Tory fan.
Listen, if one of my favorite artists, you know, I felt like they were losing a beef or whatever... I don't know that I'd say, like, they're losing a beef, but, like, at least I'd admit facts. Yeah. You can't, it's undeniable facts. You know the Art of Peer Pressure shit was true. Just like Tory said some shit that was true to Joyner. Like, they both came with they both jabbed each other, and they both got some nice punches.
Tory said facts about the man's father and his music career.
Yeah.
Joyner says
and that is true, because Joyner, for all those people that grew up, well, not grew up on him, because Joyner, you know, I've been following Joyner myself for, I can't even tell you, like, maybe, like, 5 years now, or 4 years, something like that, 4 or 5 years. It hasn't been that long, but if you listen to, like, Joyner's early shit, or you just followed him and you know his story, his career, his father was, like, a musician, right? And he had Joyner in the studio, like, as a young kid. And I guess his dad's career didn't really pop off. So, like, for Tory to dig that deep and say that stung a little bit.
That was super disrespectful.
He felt that shit. Yeah. That stung a little bit.
That was oh shit. Yeah. That was something crazy. But fucking, I don't think Joyner won. I really don't. Even if Tory responds.
But let me ask you a question though. If Tory doesn't respond, you can just as a fan of his, you feel comfortable just chalking it up as a W?
By default, as far as traditional disses go, as far as traditional rap beef goes,
if he doesn't respond,
you're
going to give him the win.
No. If he doesn't respond, he loses the beef as a whole by forfeit.
You're saying you feel like if he drops something, he'll beat it, no, without a doubt.
I feel like if he drops something, he will top ZZ.
So if he doesn't drop anything, I want you to repeat yourself, because I want to know what the fuck you're saying. If he doesn't drop anything,
he loses by default.
Then Joyner wins.
He loses by, yes, Tory loses by default.
I want you to call me, and I want to hear those words when that happens. If by today he doesn't drop anything, and we go into tomorrow, which is Monday,
yeah,
I want to get a phone call. I'm going to be expecting a phone call from Hendo saying, "Yo, Joyner wins."
You gotta understand though, that nigga from Toronto, you feel me? His time different, so that's that. But
yo, they need to chill in Toronto. They're like jumping people and shit. Like I heard Push got like bum rushed on stage.
Nah.
What's that about?
They tried to jump him,
Was that Drake's people, or was that just Drake fans, like angry Drake
either
fans?
Drake's people or Drake stan. There's
Drake's
not
got
really
some
much
loyal,
of a difference.
stans. He's got some stans.
But
I love how that's a term now too.
It is. Thanks, Em. Niggas tried to jump Pusha T. Like, niggas did jump on stage, but, like, Push wasn't harmed or nothing. Like, they didn't do anything to him whatsoever. That was that. But, I think, as far as, like, traditional beef goes, like I said, yeah, Tory will lose if he doesn't respond. But,
yo, Tory, looks like you're losing, dog.
But, as far as the whole collective of songs go, I'm siding with Tory.
You're fucking crazy.
Dude,
you're
bro,
crazy.
The delivery on ZZ was so bad.
The delivery on ZZ was, I'm going to slow it up and we're going to go bar for bar for you.
It was so bad.
He didn't, see, that's what's wrong with this generation. You like, everybody today needs, like, to be entertained with, like, fast flows.
I don't.
When you just take it to, like, the bars, Tory didn't respond because he can't. He can't bar for bar.
What makes you think that?
Because Joyner got super personal, and I don't know that Tory... Joyner said on the last... I'm going to pull it up here.
He said, why didn't you follow in my footsteps and be a dancer?
No.
That's the wackest shit I ever heard. That's dumb.
Did you hear what else he said?
That's a dub.
Because he said it so... Do you know why he said it? He's strategic. He said it so Tory couldn't say it. He took that away from him.
What are you talking about?
He took it away from him.
What do you mean? Like, what are you trying to say here? Because I don't understand.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm just going to tell you what Joyner said. This is going to sum everything up for me right now, because, like, this shit is... You Tory fans are blind, all right? And I'm a Tory fan, but I'm not blind to factual shit.
What are you trying to say here? Who was the dancer?
What I'm trying to say...
The only thing he could reference that to
Joyner said... These Canadians, man, shaking my head. Stop it, Tory. Respond to round 2 already so I can ether you for round 3. You taking way too long, Day. And stop sending your peoples to try and find dirt on me. It won't work. Just hurry up and do your record so I can bury you, and then everyone can get this singing Tory we love back. We miss that Tory. And then he put the broken heart emoji.
But what does that have to do with him being a dancer?
It has nothing to do with that. What I'm saying is, that's it. That's it. That sums the whole shit up. You have anything else to say? Because, like, honestly... Can I tell you why I don't like ZZ? Alright, so... Yeah, I want to hear why.
Alright, so it's not the fact that Joyner can't switch up, because I know Joyner can be versatile. I know he doesn't just have music that's just him spitting fast. The music where he slows the tempo down to, like, an 85, 95 BPM, he spits. He still maintains his structure and still maintains how hard he is as a rapper, even when he slows it down. I did not like the technical delivery to ZZ. But how about the bars that he... The bars don't mean shit.
The bars mean everything.
The
bars hold the weight. They pack the punch.
Let me tell you why the bars don't mean shit, because he said something about Tory committing plagiarism, which isn't true. He said something about Tory not paying a writer on Don't Die, and everybody knows that Tory writes his own shit. And if legal documentation comes out that Tory didn't pay someone on Don't Die, the last song of Memories Don't Die, then I'll give him the full W. He said something about Tory's dad not wanting him, which isn't really true, because Tory was just a problem child.
But you're pointing out all the weaker bars. Did you hear the other?
I'm pointing out what I heard. He said something about Tory's dad not wanting him, which isn't true, because Tory's mom died and Tory just acted like a fucking asshole his whole life, so his dad shipped him off somewhere. He talked about how his aunt didn't want him or something like that. And again, Tory was just a fucking juvenile and he was just acting ridiculous, so that doesn't even hold any weight. What else did he say? Because those 4 bars are not valid.
What you did was you looked for the weakest
dancer.
Bars. You looked for.
Why didn't you follow my footsteps and be a dancer? 5.
If y'all could see my face right now, looking at this man, look.
It's a dub.
You looked at. I know what you did. You're a faithful Tory fan. You're a Tory stan. All right, and I love it. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. What you did. You're making yourself look foolish, because you looked at you listened for the weakest bars that he said. to bring them up and say they hold no weight.
They don't.
Did you motherfucking see the other punches?
What else did he say? Bring up the lyrics.
Oh, I'm bringing them up. I'm bringing them up. I'm bringing up the fucking lyrics.
All right, because remember that these 5 bars that I just mentioned are not valid. So if you mention them, I'm going to tell you if they're invalid.
Can I just read the whole verse?
Yes.
Can we break it down?
You can totally read the whole verse, Mr. Joyner Lucas.
You saying what a great battle, but you're about to see a fucking snake rattle. But you just a pony with a pink saddle. I'm truly sorry that you stuck inside of your Drake shadow.
Invalid.
When are you going to overcome? No, I mean, a lot of people compare him to Drake.
Right? I've never heard anyone compare him to Drake except for industry niggas.
Who's his main influence, would you say?
Him.
Who's Tory's main influence? Everybody has an influence outside of themselves.
50 Cent.
Main influence?
Tory has actually said that
he
50
does
Cent
not fucking rap or sound like 50 Cent.
But he loves 50 Cent.
If you sound like 50 Cent, you better sound like the game.
I'm not saying he sounds like 50 Cent. Tory has come out and said that 50 Cent is one of his biggest inspirations.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, well, he's not stuck in Drake's shadow. Because Love is big, Say It is big, none of that sounds like Drake.
I'm one of the biggest Kid Cudi fans you'll ever meet. Do I sound like Kid Cudi?
No, and that's...
Right. So, what the fuck does that mean?
That's why Joyner is invalid, because he's not stuck in Drake's shadow at all. So, that's 6 invalid bars that I'm counting already. Keep going. Keep going. I'm looking for I'm looking for any valid bar with this ZZ shit, because I don't see it. Secondly...
You almost signed to Justin Bieber was tough.
That was hard.
That was tough.
Yo, because that's true. That's true.
Don't you dare try to get...
That's really true. He almost signed it. He was trying to get...
You almost signed to Justin Bieber. You look like a fucking beaver.
He looked... Yo,
Joyner is so petty. I love Joyner.
Tory Lanez looks like a fucking narwhal.
He does look like a beaver, dog. Like, come on now.
He's got the same complexion.
How you almost signed to Justin Bieber? You look like a fucking beaver.
That's a valid bar.
Bars.
That's a valid bar. But we got 6 invalid
10 years in the game, but your ass still sitting on the fucking bleachers.
Not true. Because Tory was selling out shows before Say It even came out by himself.
He's just now popping, though. We didn't really know who the fuck Tory was. You know what I mean? A couple of years ago, like, we, like, knew of him.
I knew of him.
We didn't know, like, Tory.
I wasn't a huge fan of Tory until I heard Say It and then discovered his own music. So, that's valid. 2 valid bars over 6 invalid ones.
And then he got petty with the heard your grandma kicked you out the house screaming, Tory, we don't fucking need you. Why your daddy up and leave you?
Invalid.
Guess this is how they fucking treat you. And you my puppet, because you my cousin Skeeter.
That was hard. Because of the Love Me Now, John. Yo, that was hard.
That was tough.
So that's 3 valid bars over 6 invalid ones. Just understand that he needs to beat 6 invalid bars. Come on, keep reading them. Read them out loud for the people to hear. Come on.
I'm looking.
Because now, 6 invalid bars over 3 valid bars. I'm not... And the beat itself was retarded. Like, I don't even know why Joyner even picked that fucking beat. Shout out to Kodak, but that beat is garb. Like, for Joyner to rap over that beat, stupid. And then the nigga started spitting his little fast flow at the end and then stopped because he thought he was flexing, which wasn't cool. That was a dub. This is a dub. Tory, he should respond. If he doesn't respond, he loses by forfeit. But if he doesn't respond, the bodies of music are better. Like, it doesn't necessarily deserve a response. It deserves a response because of beef, but it doesn't deserve a response due to how shitty of a fucking
You said you got identity issues. People think you a tranny.
What is that? How does that, in what way is that personally attacking Tory? Because the nigga's bald, for one, and he looks like a nigga. He doesn't act like a bitch at all. It's not like he was wearing bras out here.
I thought it was funny.
It's not funny.
I thought it was funny.
It's garb.
Tory, tell us why you always gotta lie in your rhymes. I know keeping up with lies can get tiring sometimes. You not a G and deep down you want to hide sometimes, staring at the sunshine and start crying sometimes. Your real name is Daystar.
You dying to shine. That was hard.
You've been dying to shine.
That was hard.
That's tough.
That was hard.
That's tough.
That was hard.
And when you sing, you kind of sound like you dying sometimes.
It's not true.
You make the type of tracks that have me feeling silent inside.
That's
Nobody
totally
take you serious. Put all that violence aside.
None of that is true because Joyner wants to do a record with Tory, and he said it. So, no, not valid. That's 7 invalid bars. And he doesn't sound like he's dying when he sings because I Told You was nominated for a Grammy, and he was singing all over that song, all over that album. So that's 8 invalid bars. What does Joyner have? Like, what? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Cause I'm admitting the fire bars, bro. I'm not lacking on Joyner at all. I think he's a great artist. But
tell everybody tuning in. I'm about to take a nap. Wake me up when it's over.
Wake you up when September ends, huh?
Is it September still?
It's November, you asshole.
How the fuck you talking about Kendrick when he a legend? Then go bite his style on a record right at the ending. On 4 a.m. flex 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Sound exactly like The Art of Peer Pressure. Go take a listen.
That was hard.
What?
That was hard.
What?
That was hard.
What?
That was crazy. That was fire. Because it's true. It's true. He bit the shit out of Kendrick.
When I see you on Flex, I gave props, but then we found out you stole Don Q's shit from the train stop. You thought you were fly till the plane dropped. Ugly motherfucker trying to stunt in a tank top.
Now let me tell you why that's not valid.
It's no wonder why they used to feed your ass with a slingshot.
That's stupid. Let me tell you why that whole Don Q thing is invalid.
That's so tough.
Let me tell you why the whole Don Q thing is invalid. Because
you my son, this the last time I'll give you a ring pop.
That's so garbage, bro.
Sit down, you all on punishment, and don't get up until you see me. And don't even think about touching that TV. No more video games, no more phones, no more 3D. No more radio or boombox for your weak-ass CD. Matter of fact, give me your chains back and everything I bought you. You a disgrace to this family and everything I taught you.
But
I hate to say it, son, but you make me sick. I should have knew you weren't shit when you came out with a baby dick.
That was gay.
It's no wonder why you pay for pussy. Tory, you think you slick. All you do is lounge around the house all day like a lazy prick. Shit, highly disappointed in you, son. I need some answers. How come you couldn't follow in my steps to be a dancer? Or maybe write a book like me or be somebody's grandpa. Instead, you want to be a fucking rapper with some hair plugs. Can I rest my case?
No,
Can I rest my... He just sunned the shit out of him.
It was butt.
And he came at his hair, extensions,
butt.
Plugs, whatever the fuck.
It was butt.
No more rapping. Give me your pen and paper. No more lying to the people on how you the biggest gangster. Now hurry up and get your juicy out of the refrigerator. You going to bed at 8 o'clock and not a minute later. No, I don't want to hear it. No, let this be a lesson. Close your mouth and go into your room like I suggested. I'm going to get real Joe Jackson in a second. What? You want? Shall I continue?
That shit was butt.
I'm going to get real Joe Jackson in a second. Matter of fact, give me your toys. I'm adding to that collection. I just did a show.
I just did a show and got a little nigga. Your originals, nigga. Nigga. Fuck.
Come on, bro. He sunned the fuck out of it.
No, he didn't.
Stop it.
All he did was come up with fake lines. All of this shit, most of the shit that he said was fake, bro. Most of the shit that he said was fake. The Don Q shit isn't even an official thing that you can say that Tory stole, because anyone who starts rap and freestyles has used another nigga's lines, and Jay-Z exists. And we all know about that.
Joyner not only got personal and slowed it down for the bars, but at the same time, that's a jab from Joyner. I hope you understand that. If you put that shit on, if you've ever heard Joyner snap, which I know you have.
I have. That's why it's not.
Do you think that's like Joyner?
That's whack. That shit is whack.
It's not whack.
It's a dub.
It's not whack.
It's a dub.
You don't like the.
It's a dub. It's a dub.
Nah.
It's a dub.
It's not.
What don't I like? Please tell me what I don't like.
Tory, we're waiting for your response, bro.
To that
Tory, listen.
Fucking this.
Tory, this me. This shoe. This me. You don't want this.
I don't want
You don't want this.
You're lucky that we not that big.
You don't want
show.
this.
Oh, no.
You don't want this.
This man's wilding, bro. This man. Alright. while we're on the topic of disses, because I don't want to even really give our next topic that much attention. Please go live. Please go live, bro. Please go live right now.
You got something to say to the people?
I really do have something to say to the people. Please go live. Yo, this shit is so funny, bro. I can't wait to, like, really let people know. Like, I really can't. I really, really can't. It's going to be so funny. It's really going to be hilarious. I'm dropping this shit on my page at 6 o'clock right now. Are we live?
We live.
We live, baby.
Say what up.
We live. We live, baby. Ayy. Alright, so I'm not even going to say this nigga's name because he doesn't deserve any clout from me. Actually, no. I'm going to say his name because, you know, he needs some clout. This nigga named Dante Aaron Bird. Niggas need to go look him up right now. Dante Aaron Bird. B-Y-R-D. This nigga dissed me because we were talking about the Tory Lanez and Joyner joint, and he was like, he said Joyner won, and I can understand why he thought that. And I sided with Tory. And I said something, I guess, that it may be, like, a bit at his age a little bit. And I was like, usually people who are over 26 will side with M's camp because they come from that, you know, era of real rap. And I can understand why. You feel me? Like, it wasn't me jabbing at his age. It wasn't me trying to say he was an old-ass nigga. I didn't even know how old he was. I just assumed he was older than me. And fucking, he had said, oh, you're 23 years old, you're this and that, so because of your age, you don't understand talent, you don't understand bars, and all this other nut shit. And I'm just sitting here like, that made me feel disrespected, because, like, everybody knows I go. Everybody knows
Can I hop on this?
Yes.
So look, first off, to end the Tory and the Joyner shit, I just want to say this. I don't even understand if anybody realizes what's happening. The culture's shifting. The tides are changing. Shit's really about to fucking go down in hip hop. Like, if you guys think the most exciting part of hip hop has already happened, or if you guys think that hip hop's over or real rap's done, I'm telling you right now, Hendo and I, when we get in the studio, we make all types of music. So don't be fooled by us going off on tracks and going extra hard, because we got everything. We got trap shit. We got emo type shit. We got love shit. We got R&B shit. We got the fast flow shit. We got everything you can imagine. And the most beautiful part is everything that is going on right now with this Tory thing. What I will say in Tory's defense is, I love the man, because we need that. We need that competition, that competitive nature that we kind of lost in hip hop. People like him, it takes somebody like him who everybody just, basically says is like an R&B type of singer, and with an artist like that stepping up and getting involved in a beef with a person like Joyner Lucas, that is what hip-hop needed most. Yeah. And Tory rose to the occasion, and I really respect Tory for doing that.
You know he started rapping before he was singing, right?
I know. I'm sure every Tory fan knows that. His core fans
know. That's why I'm not surprised.
But the people that just found out who Tory... I find this very hard to believe, but there are some people out there that just found out who Tory is through probably, like, Joyner's beef, like, which is Joyner weird, fans, right? or
and
vice
versa with Joyner and Tory.
Right, and for the people that didn't know Tory, he can spit, he can go, and he proved that in this beef. And the thing is, I really respect Tory for stepping up, and I thank people like Joyner Lucas and Eminem and Logic and Kendrick and J. Cole and just Slaughterhouse and all the people
even
that
Drake to a certain
Pusha T, Drake, to a certain extent. The same in the same light that I would bring up Tory's name.
Joe Budden.
Everybody that has that competitive spirit in them, that just refuses to let that part of hip hop die. That is important for the culture, because not only is it a lane, and we have those fans that love and appreciate that style of music, but it's important for us to level up sometimes, to help each other, because when that happens, look what it does for us. I wanted to go into what we're about to talk about, like, shout out to all those guys I just brought up, because now Hendo and I, we were inspired off of this beef to get involved just competitively, and I want to break something down before we get into this. So Hendo, I remember a conversation a couple months ago that we had, and we kind of got into a little debate about, competitive, rapping. And, he kind of thought it was whack that people diss, and a lot of people will. I know a lot of people that say, it's whack. I think it is. It's whack when people diss people and shit, and like, look, this is, we're not going to open the discussion up to that, but what I will say is, it is whack if you're just trying to gain clout and you're coming at someone. But hip hop's always been about, a competitive. It's always been a competitive thing, even from the start when MCing wasn't even like a real thing, and it was just DJing. DJs were competing, in the 5 boroughs in New York.
That's true.
And MCs, started rising up and started basically seeing who could get the party, who could throw the most wild party, which MC and which DJ could get the party lit. And that was a competition. So the culture of hip hop has always been about, it's always had a competitive nature to it. Like when rapping really took off.
Facts.
Like rapping, like with Rakim, like changing, rap forever with his multi-syllable, and compound rhyme schemes, and like people like Big Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap taking it to the next level. That was important, and when that happened, we got, we had like a gangster rap era, and people were dissing people left and right. That is important and healthy to keep around. We don't want to do away with that. We don't want to get rid of that. Okay, it's very important, and I'm not going to dive into why. I think we can all use our common sense why. It's important for everything to balance each other out. Like for us to have artists that don't want any involvement or don't want to do anything like that, it's important to have it just as much because we need a balance. Hendo and I, he wasn't really with the disses, but I'm a very competitive, spirited person, especially when it comes to rap. And, sometimes, I like competition, a healthy competition. And my point I'm trying to make is I want people to understand that when we do this, when we have these healthy competitions, I emphasize the word healthy because it's really, we don't need to bring it to the streets. That's not what this shit's about. A lot of people today in this generation just want to, they want to shoot somebody, or they want to take it to the streets and do something that they may regret, that could really, just fuck someone's life up. And that's not what this is about. It's literally no different than a boxing match, or a sport. It's a sport. Hip hop is a sport. All right, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
All right. So it's supposed to be played like a competitive sport. Sometimes we need to rise to the occasion. What it's going to do is it's going to balance everything out. And when Hendo and I went on the internet the other day, we called everybody out and said, "Yo, we're getting involved in this shit. If y'all feel like you can step up and you feel like you can bring, better flows and better punchlines and better lyricism to these beats, then showcase your abilities and bring what you got. Like, we want to see it. We want to step in the ring with everybody." And we're not saying that on some cocky shit. We're saying it confidently because we really feel like we are the best in our region.
Yeah.
Bro,
a lot of y'all niggas.
I'm telling you right now, without even sounding cocky, like just for healthy competition, I want to cultivate something new. We want to, as a group, as the connection, we want to get people to step up. Start getting competitive again. You know what I mean? Like, we want everybody to really, everybody that feels like they can bring it and take it there, make a better song with better flows, better lyricism, and prove yourself. If not, please. I don't ever want anybody to check us, because the thing is, you can't. It's impossible. We are the best in this area. Until someone proves me wrong, God bless. Until someone proves me wrong, I will have that same mentality. I can confidently say that we are the best artists. Yo, and when I do a track with this man, like, he makes me step my game up. This is the only person that I could really do a track with that really can bring it to that caliber of an artist. Like, honestly, like, we...
It's really ridiculous. It's kind of unfair.
This shit's crazy, bro. Like,
it's really, really, really
I haven't,
unfair.
when we were making that track, I haven't felt, not only did we bust that track out in, like, literally an hour and a half, but, like, I haven't felt like that since I was a kid. Like, when I used to listen to shit and get excited, like, I love that. That we brought that out in each other, like, that energy that we had. You know what I mean? It was amazing. But get back to what you were saying, because that I just wanted to let everybody know this is all for the love of the sport. We're not trying to diss anyone and come at them personally. You know, as far as I'm concerned, everybody that knows my movement and my following, I'm all about spreading. You know, I'm all about spreading love. You know what I mean, and stopping the hate. You know, stop hating on everything and start helping others every day. But stop hard on enemies when we need to take it there. You know what I mean? Because, like, this is a sport, and I will not be tested. You know, I will be the LeBron of this shit.
Word.
And that's a fact. Until someone tries to prove me wrong, I promise you that's how I'm coming. So that's it,
bro. On the real, like when it comes,
say what you gotta say.
When it comes to this whole beef shit, bro, like this is what happened, right? All right, so the nigga had felt some type of way about what I had said about his age, right? The nigga had felt some type of way about that shit. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm setting up my live joint. The nigga had felt some type of way about what I said on Facebook about like the whole joiner shit, right? And he had came in my age and he had disrespected my age and tried to say my age was the reason I don't understand bars or I can't rap as well, da 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 da. And I took it as disrespect, bro, because no one, you no one is allowed to tell me what the fuck I'm able to do at all.
On the mic.
On the mic. No one is allowed to do that. Like, no one. And, fucking, when you say shit like that, it kind of makes shit self-destructive for the culture. Because, like, just because I'm 23 don't mean that I can't spit. It's this young nigga right now. He's way younger than me. YBN Corday. And he's really, really bodying niggas. Like, he can really, really spit. He's fire. And, he's got a Slim Shady remix, the Please Stand Up joint. He body shit. Like, he really goes ham. And, fucking, it's the beat like, hi, kids, do you like violence? That shit. And,
my name is.
Yeah, my name is, yeah. And, so we going back and forth, me and this Dante fool. And, he drops like 3 songs, and I'm looking at myself, and this is where my ego comes out. You feel me? You know me.
What do you mean he dropped 3 songs?
He dropped like 3 songs to like showcase his shit in the comment thread. And like I said, bro, like you know me, my ego doesn't really show a lot. I try not to. And the niggas fucking freestyles, the niggas songs that he dropped were so bad. Like quality wise, flow wise, they were shit. They were garbage. And what's more disappointing is that I've heard this nigga spit better than this. And the fact that he had the audacity to say that my age is the reason I can't spit or have comprehension of lyrical ability, and then he dropped those trash ass songs, I was like, bro, like, get the fuck out of here. Now I'm really, like, upset. And then it goes on. And he disses me about my mental illness. Like, within the comment threads. He doesn't even write a song about it yet. He says that my mental illness is just a cop-out, and that I cry all the time on Facebook about how I want to kill myself and all this other nut shit. You shouldn't even be saying shit like that to people, excuse me. And I just brushed it off. I was like, all right, now I know that I'm under your skin because you had to stoop that low. And long story short, the nigga dropped a weak ass diss on a Victory fucking beat. And
I really wish that he used a more modern beat. Now, I love the Victory beat. I love it.
Shit was good.
No, the shit's hard. Like back in the day, that shit was hard. Like it's a tough beat. It's very cinematic. It's very like it's just like it takes you there. Like in that certain mode that you need to be in when you're dissing someone. Like it's perfect. It's the perfect diss track. But I just wish it was more modern. I wish he did that. But that's all.
But yeah, man. I'm finna drop a diss track at 6. Not even really a diss track. It's about to be a video of me just spitting, dissing this nigga. It's not even really about to be anything serious. Because I don't really take it that serious. Like, the nigga's garbage.
Go check out my Facebook. I dropped that shit already.
Oh, yeah. He did.
I dropped it.
But I'm finna drop it from my page later on. You feel me? And just so, like, my fans can get it and my fans can see it. That nigga's about to get bodied. Like, and then we dropping a track tonight a remix to Lucky You by Joyner Lucas and Eminem. Shu bodied this shit, man.
Nah, we both bodied that shit. For real, for real.
We both bodied
that shit. Like,
Shu
like
came
real talk.
crazy. It was fucking ridiculous. It was really crazy. But, I don't know, man. Like, this nigga's just retarded. Like, he really, really thinks that he's about to fucking body me. First off, you guys, I've been rapping since I was 10 years old. 10. I've been rapping since I was 10 years motherfucking old. And no one can tell me from the display of this man's skill that he's better than me. If we're talking technicality, if we're talking skill, if we're talking flow, if we're talking all that shit, this man is not touching me at all. Like, there's no way in hell that this man is touching me, y'all. Like, it's just not happening. And it just don't make no sense that this man is like 30, 31 years old, 32 at the most, and he's dissing my young, talented 23-year-old ass. Like, and it's even crazier that this nigga is 31 and can't keep up with my young ass. Like, the diss that I have for this man is really, 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 really ridiculous. And it's really not finna be fair. Like, I don't understand why he did this to himself. And I'm not even trying to brag. I'm not even trying to have an ego about it. But I really can't spit. And everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. And it's just about to be fucking over for this man. It's going to be fucking done. Like, he's not going to have any more fans at all. If he did have fans to begin with. Like, the nigga's not good. He's just not finna touch me. It's not going to happen. I don't understand why he really thought he could body me or try and diss me. But it's whatever. If that's what he want to do, if that's his life, then I'm going to let him make that stupid-ass decision himself. And I'm going to body his ass and move on with my life. Because, like Shu said, man, I don't even like diss tracks. I don't even like doing that kind of shit. Like, if you fucking think that you a better rapper than me, then just prove it on a song. Come out with a better song than me. Like, don't sit there and say my name in a song. That's how I feel, but if that's not how he feels, then he can do that. Like, the shit is retarded. Like, it's so stupid. It's really not gonna be a good fucking time for this man. Like, he's really about to get destroyed. And after I drop this diss song, after I drop this diss video, me and Nick are dropping some shit later, and that's even gonna kill him. I'm gonna make sure this man can't breathe for the rest of his fucking career. Like, anytime this nigga drops some shit, I'm gonna just fuck around and take the beat that he used and drop some hotter shit until he just stops rapping. I just want him to stop rapping. Because at this point, bro, like, he disrespected me. Like, he really fucked around and disrespected the shit out of me. And that's what happens. That's what happens to niggas who get disrespectful. That's what happens to niggas who fuck around and try and diss my young ass. It's really fucking stupid. So, it's his funeral. It's really, really his funeral. Like, I don't understand why this man thought he could do this to me. It's really a dumb idea. Like, it's so stupid. This man's not gonna fucking survive, bro. Like,
it's not gonna happen.
But anyway, enough of giving this man his fucking attention that he wanted. Let's get into the next topic. What's the wave? This nigga Tekashi 6ix9ine is in prison for racketeering and all this other shit, being involved with Treyway, 9 Trey Bloods on the East Coast. The nigga is really, really he's like finna go to jail. And the crazy thing is that, like...
Are we not dropping that?
Nah, we're dropping it later. We're gonna drop it before we, in the show.
You don't want to drop it on him now?
Nah. I don't want to drop it now.
Yo,
go live, bro. But, this is what's finna happen, man. Tekashi, for him to get out of this situation, he either has to snitch or it's gonna be like some type of fucking divine intervention. Like, because his manager, Shotty, it wasn't really his manager. It was just like the nigga who, like, is his, like, big homie. You feel me? Like, the nigga who blessed him in.
Right.
The nigga Shotty had planned to kill him because 6ix9ine had fired everybody, got all the niggas away from him and shit. And
I heard his whole crew was after him?
His crew is the niggas that got him robbed the first time. It only had to be an inside
So they
job.
set him up.
Yeah.
It was a fucking setup?
Bro, yes.
Shut the fuck up.
It's clear as day, bro.
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
legally documented as a setup, but niggas like Tekashi who wrote.
That's why you can't trust people, bro.
And
like, come on, bro.
That's what he.
It's always the motherfucker, like Biggie said. It's always the ones that smoke blunts with you, see your picture, now they want to grab the guns and come and get you. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why, bro.
It's a fact, bro. Like,
as much as I love Tekashi, and as much as he's done positive things for people, that's what the nigga get for.
Especially when you make friendships with people from the streets. When you're from the streets, it's tough because everybody's in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no love. It's just survival mode if you're on the streets. So like, everybody's against each other. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real.
So like, that's what it really comes down to.
Honestly, bro, East Coast Bloods be off shit like that all the time. Like, them niggas really don't have no type of like unity. Shout out to my Bloods and shit. You feel me? But like, at the end of the day, like, East Coast Bloods and West Coast Bloods just move a different way. And if you really like, if you really analyze Tekashi's personality, it has East Coast UBN blood all over. You feel me? He's loud. He's arrogant. He starts shit with niggas for little to no reasons. And
Does he have stripes?
No, bro. No. If anything, bro, he was blessed in.
I'm just being nice because I don't really know a damn thing about him, but I don't really think he's that street. I just think he's a nice young man that decided to be.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that he wasn't street because he's from Bushwick, Brooklyn. That's where he was born. That's where he was raised. Like, he's been around Crips and Bloods. Niggas did fuck with him before he got famous.
Yeah.
But the minute he got
I think the man's funny as shit. I think he trolls like a motherfucker. He's funny.
The minute he got popping, niggas stopped thinking of it as a street thing and started thinking of it as like a extortion kind of thing. You feel me? Like, the niggas around him got him robbed. The niggas around him stole his bread, and he fired them all. And then now he don't really have no type of like street ties and shit like that. And niggas wanted him dead because he was talking so much shit on motherfucking Instagram, and he was talking so much shit on the Breakfast Club. And it was just, it's ridiculous. Like, at the end of the day, like, as much as I love him and as much as I do believe in the product of your environment shit, like, the nigga was wildin'. He was wildin'.
Right.
And it sucks because, like, he is a positive person. Like, after X died and shit, he really cleaned up his act to a certain degree. And he tried not to beef with Trippy and shit like that. And niggas just became too stubborn.
What the fuck is the what I want to... This shit ain't working. I'm done with it. What is the what's the deal with like his situation right now? Is he getting out? Like, did they catch him up in another thing? I thought he got
his lawyer
up in
said that he could possibly get out.
Wasn't he like about to get out? And everybody's like, if he gets out, like, he definitely snitched.
No.
And now they called him up in some other shit.
Nah, all they did was transfer him to a minimal security prison. But the prison that he got transferred to
was he getting like special treatment?
No, he wasn't getting special treatment at either prison. Actually, what just recently happened, he got beat up by a bunch of Bloods and Crips.
He's getting special treatment by the bigger... he's getting some special treatment.
It's a gay agenda.
Fucking gay agenda.
But nah, he just got beat up by Bloods and Crips, and now he's in protective, you feel me, solitude and shit like that.
That's funny.
I don't really want to give this topic too much attention just because like, it's negative.
I don't give a fuck about this topic.
I only really spoke about it because Tekashi is dumb relevant. The only thing I really can say is a nigga like me, coming from like a street aspect, I would never wish jail on nobody. The nigga that he used to beef with, that he cool with, Casanova, he was like, bro, I would never wish jail on nobody. Like, that shit is a different thing. I'd rather my ops be dead than go to jail.
Right.
You feel me? And to a certain degree, he's right. I'd rather be dead than in jail, bro. I'd rather be dead than
living in jail's gotta suck. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
It's gotta
especially
be
like when you get life. Like, fuck all that.
Word, nigga. Word.
Fuck all that.
And that's basically what Tekashi is facing. He's like facing like 32 years. So like if the nigga get out, it's literally by divine intervention or some type of loophole because
he 100% fucking
or he snitched. And with Rico shit, with Rico laws, with racketeering and shit like that, the reason that they probably even picked up 6 was to get bigger niggas. 6 probably ain't got
what the fuck did he do racketeering wise? That's what I want to know. That's like some gangster shit. Like, what?
He might not have done it directly, but with racketeering and RICO laws, if you in that gang or if you in the mob and somebody else from the mob, from a higher standpoint from the mob, does some shit and it trickles down to you, whether you was
You know
involved.
what racketeering is?
Yes, I'm aware. I know.
What the fuck did he do?
Bro, the niggas are East Coast blood. Bloods control the music industry. It's easy. I don't know what he did. Nobody's the details of the
If he gets out, he snitched.
If he get out, he snitched, or they probably just brought him in as a plot, as a lie, or like as a distraction to get him to snitch. But Bix, as to a street level, Bix is a solid dude. You feel me? He's never snitched in his life. He's never done anything crazy to make niggas feel like he's not an official blood. The only reason niggas feel like he not street stamped is because of his hair.
I don't know a damn thing about any of them.
But
is this the Treyway?
Yeah. But the whole racketeering thing, they probably doing the little fish, big fish thing. They probably brought him in because niggas wanted to kill him, and they brought him in specifically because niggas wanted to kill him when he was finna take a flight somewhere, and they brought him in to protect him from getting killed. But they also brought him in for questioning because since he is an East Coast blood and all these blood niggas are out here doing these certain things, he's automatically indirectly involved in it, and they got evidence against him. They allegedly have evidence against him trying to order a hit out on Chief Keef's cousin Tato.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. Why?
Because Chief Keef is a...
What does he have against him?
It's a street thing, bro. Chief Keef sided with Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd is an East Coast blood.
He's still beefing with Trippie Redd.
Yeah, 6 don't fuck with Trippie Redd. So to a street level, the minute you start fucking with a nigga I don't fuck with, you a op to. Chief Keef is a Chicago blood, so I think he's either a Stone or a fucking like a IMG type nigga, some shit like that. So on the street level, Bix has every right to not fuck with Chief Keef and make the moves that he wanted to, but to a legal level and to a music level, like, this shit is preposterous. It's fucking retarded. It's childish.
Right.
But that's all that I really know about the whole situation. So if 6ix9ine do get out of jail, it's probably just because he rich and they found some type of loophole, or they couldn't like get him on nothing. If it's either that or he snitched, bro. It's either that or he snitched.
He definitely, if he gets off of that, like all those charges, he definitely snitched.
Yeah, honestly.
Fuck all that. Like,
to a big degree, as much as I love him, he probably
wants.
most definitely snitched. Like, this shit don't make no sense. It really don't.
You want to jump into the next topic?
Yeah,
because I don't give a fuck about this shit. For What's the Wave, we're gonna talk about, or What's the Wave? Spitball, and we're gonna talk about, do video girls get degraded?
You can lead this one, bro.
Do video girls get degraded? I mean, yeah, they definitely get degraded.
Yeah. Do you think it could be traumatizing?
But from our conversation last night, I don't know, as far as traumatizing, like, I wouldn't say it's traumatizing. They know what they're getting into, you know what I mean? Like, models know damn right what they're doing when they're posing on Instagram today and like posting all these like half naked pictures and shit. Like, they know damn right what they're getting into. They know the kind of attention that they're gonna get. They're attention seeking. So that's the whole reason they're doing it in the first place, because of their mental health. They need that kind of attention from other people. Mm-hmm. So they post those kind of pictures because they want people in their, as much as they want to talk and act like they don't. They want dudes in their DMs and shit, like hitting them up, and they want to boost their ego by not responding or by saying like, fuck you, like,
a lot of women are like that.
Yeah.
But to a certain degree, there are women who just do that modeling shit, video shit, even porn to a certain degree to reach a new level of their own career. You feel
Sometimes
me?
Because they got to get the bag. And they really like they need to hustle.
And with being a model, with being a musician, with being an entertainer, period, being an attention whore is kind of imperative and necessary. You feel me? But my perspective from it is that like certain video girls definitely know what they're getting into. They know that Hollywood is definitely like a shaky world. But some of these rap niggas and some of these entertainer dudes have so much money and think that they're so entitled that they can do extra things to these video girls that's not included in the budget and not really included within.
What as a rapper, what are you entitled to when you have a video girl? Is there something I'm not aware of?
Shorty shows up, she does what she has to do,
does what she has to do, meaning what?
Pose in the fucking video, look sexy. She's not obligated to have sex with nobody.
Of course she's not.
She's not obligated. But some of these rap niggas feel that way.
Is there like some kind of contract going around that I don't know about? Like,
I'm not saying it's a contract. I'm saying as an unspoken thing, some of these video girls do things that they don't want to do because these rappers.
Like what?
They either
specifically
they either fuck rappers, they do extra shit like that behind the scenes.
I guess if you're I'm trying to look from from my perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're a bigger artist, like if you're Drake,
yeah,
you probably
don't have to.
You don't have to fucking ask.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you got people that want to chill on your set and / fuck you because you're Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't deny that at all.
So
I just think for certain video girls who just do it for the bread and aren't really jaded by how much money a nigga has, that could be traumatizing because some of these rap artists do feel very, very entitled and feel like they can say whatever they want or do whatever they want to video women or even their assistants, you feel me? And we've seen it. Some of the niggas like R. Kelly, bro. Motherfuckers like R. Kelly who think they're invincible, who pee on little 14-year-old girls, Kobe Bryant type niggas who do this shit and get off on it, and that shit could be traumatizing to not only video.
Not cute.
It's not cute.
That
shit could be traumatizing to not only video women, but women who have, experienced rape or certain things like that because they're seeing R. Kelly's and Kobe Bryant's get off on this shit, and then they start thinking like maybe I shouldn't even take my rape case to trial because it's obvious that people.
I can see that.
You feel me? It's obvious that the judicial system sees women as invalid
because our system is set up against us, kind of. So like they see shit going a certain way, so they want to just push it, sweep it under the rug.
And even if you dilute it, let's say I'm a rapper, right? And there's a video girl on me, and from my mindset, I feel like just because I'm a rapper, she needs to give her pussy up to me because you feel me? I'm paying you, da 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 da, and shit gets a little bit too aggressive. There's certain shit like that actually happens in the underbelly of Hollywood that no one speaks on, bro. Because these videos,
it happens.
You feel me?
It happens,
and that's why,
especially when you're shooting a scene like
any ASAP Rocky video ever.
If you're shooting like a sexual scene, like some kind of provocative shit, and you guys are like up close together,
and you're fake vibing for the camera.
You're fake vibing for the camera. Those feelings could arise anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you can start feeling some type of way, and like that shit, one thing leads to the next, and then after the video, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Certain shit could go down.
You're sitting, you.
I don't know necessarily how statistically true it is that. Like,
but I wouldn't say as far. I mean, it could be traumatic. I'm not going to take that away from anybody. It could be traumatic. I don't think it's necessarily like. I don't know. I can't really speak on it because it's not something that I've experienced. So who am I to take that away from anybody that's been in that experience and said that it is traumatic?
And a lot of video girls get like bad reps for motherfuckers like Superhead. You feel like Corinne Steffens fucked up. Corinne Steffens fucked up the whole self-respect thing when it came to like being a video girl. Cause she still be fucking Wayne, right? She did an interview with Vlad TV.
I haven't heard her name drop in fucking years, bro. You just dropped her name for the first time in like a good almost damn near a decade.
What you mean? Rick Ross said Superhead from Superhead and I Really Will. That was in like 2010 though with that. You never heard Made Men by Drake and Rick Ross? Made Men.
But I'm saying I haven't heard anybody talk about her. Maybe in like a track.
Ah, fuck the shit out of Corinne Steffens.
That's so funny, bro.
Her pussy probably looked like your hairdo. But nah, bro. Like I feel like to a certain degree that kind of shit could be psychologically traumatizing to women.
Could be.
Because not even like let's take the whole artist ego out of it. Let's take the chance of rape out of it. Let's take all that out of it. Psychologically having to get naked for men who don't give a fuck about you.
That's what I want to really talk about.
Even that to a small degree could be very, very traumatizing for women. Even if you know what you're getting into, because
women know that sex sells, right?
Yeah.
And where men can use that avenue too, like a Calvin Klein model, so to speak, or something like that. Women know that they can use but women know that they have the edge on that. Right? And
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, because men are we're dogs. You know what I mean? Like we talked about the last week's episode. We talked about why we cheat. Men cheat because we want sex. Women cheat for attention. Right? So yeah, I think when it comes down to it, like women know that they have it, and it's not really something they want to use, but they use it. Because they can. That's what it comes down to. So like, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Like, They just feel like, what else do I have sometimes? Like, if they don't have any other, you know, props or anything to use, you know, any tools to use, they always can jump in that and pose and put some sexy shit up, and they know what's going to happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not going to, I don't think I've ever seen, I mean, I'd like to put it to the test and, like, check right now. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, like, a sexy video or photo of a chick on Instagram not get at least, like, 300, 400, 500 likes.
It's wild.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get, like, 20 likes. You're not going to get, like 80 likes.
There's even some girls who will just post a regular photo with maybe a small bit of cleavage showing, and they'll get, like, 250 likes. I'm just like, whoa, this shit is crazy. Like, but I feel like it could go either way. Like, women definitely have an upper hand in certain things when it comes to the sex industry, but the men who control the sex industry control these women. So how much control do they really have?
It's kind of like, it's like manipulation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're manipulating women into using their bodies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. Like,
that's exactly what it is, most definitely.
Because they want sex, and they know that, you know, it's I don't think it's cool. I don't think that's cool.
No,
I'm not with that at all. But everybody, again, I'll argue this to the day I die. Like, everybody's got a price. So if you put a certain price on anything, you can make anyone do anything if you put a price on it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like, you're not about to say, I'll make you do something that you really don't want to do. I've already proven that live. I'll make you do something you really just don't fucking want to do.
So
because of the money involved. You know what I mean? If you feel like that's the only way you're ever going to touch that kind of money, you're going to do it.
So I
don't even fuck what it is.
How much does someone have to pay you to eat a girl's ass? Like, after a rigorous workout. After, like, a really, like, Shorty is a supermodel, and she just had, like a 2-hour workout.
We'll talk off the...
No!
I don't kiss and tell, dog. But we'll talk. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding with you. But seriously, it's you already know it's a fact. You already know that. I could think of some shit. I could think of some shit you would never, ever, ever want to do in your entire life, and I'll make you do it because I'll put a certain price on it. I guarantee it. Guarantee you do it. Guarantee you do it.
I don't know, bro.
All my life, I guarantee it.
I have a real big spiritual, like, conserved structure.
I don't give a fuck how disciplined you are. It's not gonna happen.
You think you could go to a monk who's been studying enlightenment for, like,
money is power, bro.
50 years.
You can manipulate anyone when you got money is power. That's it. That's it. You could think about it right now. Let's talk about this for a second. The simple fact that you could be, and I hate to bring this up, but this is a real thing. You could be the ugliest fucking dude in the world. If you have all the money in the world, you can attract any girl you want. She's going to gravitate towards you because of the money. It doesn't matter.
The nigga Seal. That nigga is the ugliest nigga ever, bro. He got scars on his face looking like Spawn.
Looking like Spawn?
That nigga be fucking all types of bitches.
That's it. Like,
damn.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
That is
money is power, bro.
Yeah, money is power.
I'm not saying they're there, like, I'm not saying they're there for the right intentions. They're gonna stick with you. I'm saying, like, you die or something happens where they get enough money from you, they figure out a way to get the bag somehow, and they get that come up, they might be out. They might leave your ass, but they're going to come because of the money. They're going to come. That's why I tell everybody now, like, whoever's my friend now, good. Like, I know that is genuine. Like, when people start, like, getting friendly with me after the shit pops off, I promise you, it's fake. I don't, like, nah, I'm not with that. Like, women, friends, like, anybody that comes after the shit pops off, I'll know it's because of the money. That's it. Like, I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that shit.
You know what I mean? Like, because you know, women do this shit all the time to artists. They come in your life and they fuck you over. They get all the money from you and then they're out. You know what I mean?
Where a bishop put a whole rape case out at you.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, you got to really watch how you move. Like, it's not a game.
Facts. All right, man. I think we had enough waiting, bro. Do you wanna preview this song, bro?
You want to preview this shit? You really want to do it?
I do. It's so good.
Fuck it.
It's so good. It's such a good song. It's
ridiculous. We'll give you a little snippet.
Snippety snip snip. Snippety dippity.
This man's high as shit.
I'm actually pretty sober.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm actually pretty sober. I was high earlier. I think I was high like the first 30 minutes of the show. I'm not gonna hold you. But now I'm chilling. I'm alright.
Alright, here we go. We're about to preview the Lucky You freestyle.
I done had a lot of things in my way. I don't get it, I don't doubt I'm on my way. Second guess them, then just did it. All my life I want respect and I'm a motherfucking get it. I done put in so much effort that I'm sure you get the message. Fuck the fame, set a record, bring my name up, you can get it. I'm about to diss them all. If they feel it can do better, show you what the fuck this rap shit is about. Chase the cheddar, I just straight up any beat that I get on. You better get up on with it. Pump it and run, pump it and run. Pump it and run, I'm flipping my tongue. I'm spitting a bunch for automatic as a gun. I spit it for fun, but give me the funds. What are you drunk? Not living it up. But when I get up, I finish, I'll put them in a trunk. Who the fuck is you? It's uncomfortable. Thinking you can run with you got nothing for them. Fucking doors out of my fucking force. I'm the top performer for the love of this sport. I'm coming for them with a bunch of more shit. You adjust accordingly, get up on the board. I'm lucky you're in this fucking forest. What occur is a blood sport. I encourage any mama motherfucker, but I got a better pussy coming up. I saw them mama, but enough that I'm fucking from a lot of rappers. I'm coming up in this. Something better has to matter. Had to matter. Had to eat the. I'ma eat ya. Never get that shit money like drink, bro. So if you don't want a no feature, you'll like it wait for out here up. But it took me years to be the GOAT. But I like it like this cold pizza. Oh, bitch, flow, switch. They don't even know yet. You want to see the throne? See them throwing in a body bag. On the robotic, I want to read it bone. Get a new mattress. I've been sleeping on the wrong one, so I put my feet up on all them. I'm a shoot, bitch. I do this. You don't want this word, but the fucking punch it for y'all. Had enough, don't ask what I'm punching for. Your metaphors are level 4, level 10, cause I'm better than anything that you ever been. Way before I was 10, and it's evident. My gentleman won't settle in. Had of at least 2 competitive. Had to defeat this beat. It's a regiment. All the bit is about 1 day at a time. Let me see it inside a piece of mine. Everything go inside your heat on the ground. Anything to around, but they said that I'll never get to. They never get you. They wanna get you the second they had a chance, and I will never get it again. Shoot, I done had a lot of niggas leave my side and talk some shit behind my back. Almost had one of my brodies fuck my bitch inside my pad. I'm real, you synthesize your raps. My niggas been inside the trap, and they whip the finest pack. You talking shit, I slash your ass. Trying to eat, I'm kinda fat. You cannot get a slice of that. Trying to say the kid is whack. I drink my juice to spit and laugh. We was on the tip of tag. You only hear a click and clap. Then kid and kid, I'm getting mad. Windows back, I'm finna spaz. I do not fuck with you niggas at all. Over the drama and shit that you cause is a mystery dog. You a sissy and all. I shit into them all and go get you a brawl. I know that all of that energy that you bring up in the room is really just something to do. But then you really just plot. I keep busting my mood. I get my fucking duck in the truth. Honestly, you make this song. I'm uncomfortable doing in this room full of drugs and goons. Probably don't want that your lady gon' suck on this tune. No, what can you do? Warned you before this thing out of my bag. Before I make your lady buy down on my sack. You ain't believe me, now I gotta show you how easy your shit gon' go down in your bag. Trying to be humble, I swear. But look at my heart and there's nothing in there. Nigga that never was loving the air playing games and I don't give a fuck if it's fair. That I'm quite sure I'm right, but quick time is a big lot. I had the fact that you don't write hooks. All the songs that I could free mind, so known as a slave, but you couldn't put a slice foot. Back that rap, just a tap, whack, jack, a laugh back, that crap that you pass ass right. Too sick, nigga, where's your hazmat at? Get your snapback clapped if you clap back at. It's astonishing lyricist, body and piercing shit. I am the stone at the top of the pyramid, facing these enemies. God is my dearest friend, that's why I know you can't stop me from hearing this. No, I am great, don't try to hate my violent traits. Will find your face, you'll find a great pick a time and place so I can make close-minded fakes. Go blind and shake my violent quake. I'm trying to say you are mistaken, try and take my prize and place. So hide your face, I'll bomb the greats. I'll wipe the game at 9 and make myself the highest gates to climb today. I'll kill myself before you hurts me. Not the nigga you should do dirty. When I say I will prove worthy, I'm the best rapper out of New Jersey.
And we are back with the connection where we connect the dots between hip hop and mental health. You just heard Lucky You freestyle by Shu and Hendo.
Hey, nigga!
I want you guys to reach out and let me know how you felt about that. We want your feedback. We want to know how the fans feel. We're about to drop that tonight, so stay tuned. We were waiting on the cover art. We just got it in right now. So we will see. We will talk to you guys later about that. Back to the topic, though.
All right, so the next topic is very, very, very something that like me and Nick are like really adamant about speaking on, and I think it's a really, really great topic. So we're gonna jump into this shit. and you guys are going to love it.
So for the mental health topic today, we're going to talk about rising above the system that's basically set up against us. Like there's a certain system, that is set up with, people that are in a position of power. They set up for people not to win. It's basically the same thing as like the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, right? Like the poor people don't really get the kind of opportunities, and we'll dive deeper into that in a second. Sometimes they're not really around the situation to put themselves in a better opportunity. But people that are poor are kind of set up to fail anyway, and they're only set up to get worse. People that are maybe born in poverty really don't have a shot, and then people that are rich, they get better opportunities. Because genuinely, like they're around like rich people, and typically you'd find them in a situation where they can have better opportunities. So we're going to talk about how like the system's set up against you, but more importantly, how to build your mindset up to kind of get away from that and, kind of put yourself in a better situation. So I don't really want to dive too deep into talking about like the system itself. I want to talk about how to program your mind to get out of that. So you want to lead that one off?
Yeah, man. Listen, I watch a lot of documentaries, and I've also seen it for myself. Stuff like school is basically the same thing as prison. They have the same bells, same long hallways, even the same.
Jaden Smith.
Yes.
Jaden fucking Smith.
Lit. That nigga's lit.
He's super fucking woke. And what is he, like 21 years old?
Not even.
How old is he?
He's like 19.
Jaden Smith is so woke, and obviously with the helps of his father, it is very, very intellectual.
His dad said to beat the system, understand it first. That shit was so crazy.
Right, you got to learn and you got to educate yourself. A lot of people are out here and they're just not educating themselves on what the fuck it is, like what's going on behind the scenes. Like people just see what they're force fed, and that's the problem. We're force fed things from the government and from these higher ups. They give us what they want to give us to dumb ourselves down. Like everything is set up for us to just be dumb and stupid, right? You gotta really just look past that shit and educate yourself on some shit.
Most definitely. I'm not even sure if like it's still a constant now, but for the longest time, schools have taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America, and he didn't.
Right.
And he didn't. We grew up thinking that. Because that's what school bashed.
And we all know that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope that's not in history books still.
I mean, it probably is, but I don't know if they change that shit.
Bro, after I did some research for myself, I realized that
they changed a lot with the school system. I heard some shit recently, and I'm just like, the fuck? Like, I'm trying to think about what it was. I heard some shit that really caught me off guard. Like from when I'm not gonna think of it off the top of my head.
Well, the things that I learned after I went to school in my history books completely denied and falsified and made our history books in high school one-sided. Like the powers that be made our history books what they were. You know the Civil War that we went through to gain our independence from Britain is called something completely different in Britain. I can't remember what it's called, but it's something completely.
What is it called?
I'm not 100% sure, but it's something completely different in Britain.
I mean, that doesn't really.
But even still,
maybe that's the way that it's two different perspectives. You know what I mean? Like
that could still be propaganda.
We have our story, they have theirs, but it could.
The story is they lost. That's what the real story is. But nah, stuff like Christopher Columbus, stuff like. Even on Black History Month, when they have a Black History section on history books, bro, it's a very, very, very small section. They only teach you about the basics. Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Madam C.J. Walker, and the nigga who helped with peanut butter. What's that nigga's name? I don't know that nigga's name.
I have no idea.
George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver. That's the nigga's name, George Washington Carver. They don't teach you about Huey Newton. They don't teach you about Bobby Seale. They don't teach you about Malcolm X. They don't teach you about Elijah Muhammad. They don't teach you about Muhammad Ali. They don't teach you about motherfucker. They don't even teach you about the origin of people, which is scientifically proven to come from Africa. But I don't want to turn this into a race thing. I'm just saying, like, that's one of the things that, like, history books, you know, in our country, they keep out because they don't want the kids to know that much, and they just, stuff like school is just meant for you to be compliant.
And there's so much other shit they could be teaching.
Why?
Like, they could be teaching, like, they should give you, like, financing classes in, like, high school, right?
Yeah.
Like, financing to get your money right. They should be teaching, like, they should be programming us more with, like, psychology and things for the mind, and you know what I mean? Like, shit like that.
All they do is really teach you how to be a compliant citizen to the country and not question everything, and to work a little 10.45 an hour job and to stay out of everybody's way. And it's just motherfucking, it's ridiculous, bro, because, like, even at a very young age, I realized that there was something wrong with the system. And I don't know if it was because of my ethnicity or if it was because of, like...
It's not because of your ethnicity, because I did too.
I just knew there was something wrong. Because, like, I'm not... I sit here at school every damn day, and I read all these history books, and I can just feel the mundane ritual of school. I can just feel the mundane ritual of being controlled by something else. You feel me?
That is the feeling that I have.
I didn't like it.
I don't like when I feel... I don't like when I feel like I'm being manipulated or I'm trying to be controlled. Like, I can read... We talked about this on the phone. I don't want to get into that, but I can see things that other people can't see. Like, when I'm sitting in a room, I can feel vibes. Like, I'm very vibey. I can feel, like, the emotions of another, right? So that might alter my emotions. Like, I can really, like, feel that shit. Mm-hmm. So, like, as a kid, I always felt that. And, like, where other people would just, like, kind of blend in the scene and, like, not see certain shit, I always kind of saw, like, this shit's not right. Like, this is not cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, that mind control is a real thing. I recommend everybody out there, like, I highly suggest, like, you go YouTube some shit on, like, mind control and, like the kind of shit that the government is really trying to do. And it's not even just the government. Like, the people that are in a position of power, they just abuse their power. And I don't know why they do it, but I guess it's greed. You know, I guess it's because they don't want to ever jeopardize their position to have anybody else succeed. It's just greed. They're greedy.
I've always asked myself, like, why do you need to be so rich to the point to where
you're never going to spend that money in your lifetime.
To the point
and what are you using it for? Are you bettering us? You're not.
No, they're not.
You're not.
Why do you need to be that rich to the point to where everybody else suffers? Like,
why do people have so much money that they control drugs and they're flooding drugs into our communities that are bringing our communities down? Why do they control why do they have to control every fucking financial institution and bank in the world? Why do you need that much money and power? You don't. I don't even. I want to be in a position of power to help people. I don't ever want to be in that position of power because you don't need it.
Even
you don't need it.
Even past all that conspiracist bullshit.
Scary.
Even past all that conspiracist bullshit and the quote unquote powers that be, like the richest people in America.
I'm not gonna get into all that.
I'm not even getting into it.
We're not talking Illuminati and all this shit.
My nigga, Bill Gates is worth like $60 billion.
That's a lot. Like
$3 billion alone could do something for world hunger.
I got so many things that I want to do just off of just pure like just fucking pursuit of happiness type of shit. Like Cuddy said, like really just like enjoying your life and like going out and just exploring and traveling the world. And like I could fuck up some checks on some fun shit, and then some, like helping the world like become a better place. What the fuck are you gonna spend $60 billion on ever in your life? Nothing. What could you possibly like? I can't even come up with that kind of number, unless I don't know. I don't think you could ever do it. I don't think it's possible. I really don't.
You can't.
I don't think it's possible.
I don't even know if there's anything.
It's impossible.
I don't even know if there's anything that you could enjoy that costs $1 billion. I think the only thing that costs $1 billion is like government buildings, and that's about it.
At that point, you just become obsessive, like with like how everything's orchestrated and like the business aspect of everything. Like you're in charge of so much. It's just too much responsibility. Right? Like, when you're a billionaire, people look at you like, yo, you're an important part of like the world, like how we operate. So like we need to use some of your money to do this. Like I think when you get that rich, there's a certain point where it's like there's an agreement where you're kind of being taxed, and it's like your responsibilities on the line. Like we need to utilize your money to keep this afloat and keep that afloat. Like I don't even want all that. I want to be rich enough where I can enjoy my life and change the people around me, like all their lives, but all the rest they can keep. I don't give a fuck.
I want to change.
I don't need $60 billion.
So much fucking.
I'll take a bill.
One.
I'll take one bill.
Two, maybe.
You know what I mean? Maybe a couple.
Maybe.
I don't need $60 billion. You know what I mean?
Bro, $1 billion.
If I'm having a bad day, I might fuck around and make it rain.
Bro, $1 billion.
You know what I mean?
$500 million.
Literally
is
rain.
half of $1 billion. $500 million is half of $1 billion. $500 million is think about that. $500 million. That's more money. That's more money than most people ever see in their life. It's half of $1 billion. $1 billion to Oprah, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Rothschilds, etc., is nothing.
The Rothschilds have. We don't need. Do we even know?
No, I have no idea.
Like you see what I'm saying? Like they're touching some other shit we don't even know about.
You know, the richest man that ever lived though was an African king though. His name was Mansa Musa, and he was worth $400 billion. $400 billion, bro. That's the closest to $1 trillion anyone's ever gonna get.
And where's that money today? What is it being used for?
I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to Mansa Musa's whole, collection of bread, but I do know he was the richest man that ever lived, and there's no one that's ever surpassed him since.
That's crazy as fuck.
You know what's crazy, bro? The fact that
So what? I want to talk about for all the people listening, what? How can we educate them to fight the system? Read and stop believing everything. I guess knowledge is first. Yeah,
yes.
You got to educate yourself.
Read and stop believing every little fucking article you see on Facebook.
Right.
Read.
Right.
Just fucking read. Go on.
There's always everybody has an agenda.
Go on
when you
.org
see
instead of
something,
.com.
just because someone shared something and it's got a lot of views and likes and shares does not mean that it's real. Exactly. First off, just because it's on the news does not mean it's real. Mm-hmm. I repeat, just because it's on the news and it's broadcasted either nationally or locally does not mean it's real. You just got to educate yourself.
You know how many fake facts Donald Trump has spewed out about Obama?
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you say.
That nigga Donald Trump is a liar, bro. I don't really fuck with Obama either, bro. I was watching this video about how Obama was really just a puppet for black people to just shut up and for.
I heard that as well.
And
I don't know. I mean, he did some shit.
Not to the.
But he didn't. No, I don't think any president's ever really going to fulfill what we all want them to do. They have their own. They have their own shit to do. Bill Clinton. We all think that. Here's the problem. When someone gets into presidency, we all think that they're just going to jump in, that seat and just change the world and just make everything better and all the bad shit go away. That's not how it works. Because they, you know what I mean? They have a lot of responsibility.
J. Cole even asked Obama, why don't you support black people as much as you should?
Right.
And Obama was literally the only excuse he had was politics. It's politics.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because there's too much.
The fact that you have to... No, the fact
all about money. That's how the shit goes.
The fact that is his response towards his people...
Politics.
It's
a more professional way without getting into the all the fuck shit in between. It's a more professional way of saying there's money involved and I would let a lot of people down and I got my money tied up in this and that. He didn't want to get into that discussion. That's why he said politics. It's an easier way.
I can see where you're coming from.
It's almost like a cop out.
I feel like it's almost dehumanizing because
that's exactly what it is.
Because now you're looking at black people and you're not a priority as a human because politics. You're politics instead of human beings. You feel me? You're a choice in a budget instead of being a human being. A human being of which the ethnicity that you are, I belong to myself. So when Dr. Umar he explained it, and he was like, Obama is literally like the best house nigga ever, because when Obama got elected, it opened up avenues for even just because Obama was the president and he was a black man doesn't make it white America any less. So he was like it opened up avenues for our government to open up military stations in Ghana, and boom, now who knows what Ghanaian people Ghani, whatever the fuck they're called, are being taught by these military stations, and who knows what the fuck's going on there. It basically, like, Obama was literally just elected to keep us quiet, bro, and for white America to
a certain extent, I believe that. To a certain extent, I do believe that. To a certain extent,
I don't think Obama
that was solely the only reason at all. I think Obama is respected politically because he's very knowledgeable when it comes to politics, and he knows a lot. He's a very he has a very wealthy mindset, but
super calm dude.
But yeah, very 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 chill dude, very zen dude. But yeah, no, I don't think that's the only reason, but I do think that definitely could have played a role in it, for sure.
And I feel like every president, to a certain degree, is literally just a pawn. Like, because at the end of the day, if a president wants to make a law, he got to go through a branch that's lower than him.
Right.
To get his law.
But that's the thing people need to educate themselves on, because everybody thinks because you're the president, you can just do anything.
You can't.
That's not true.
The president
There's still a system there. Yeah. Set up to make those decisions for them.
If the president go outside and shoot a nigga with a machine gun, the president going to jail.
Well, I think we all know that.
The president going to jail. Motherfuckers think that the president is invincible. The president going to jail. If he go outside and shoot a nigga with a machine gun, he going to jail. If the nigga get caught drunk driving, he going to jail. Feel me?
Right. He still has to move like a regular person.
Exactly. George Bush, my nigga, he got a DUI. He got a mugshot. They got a mugshot of George Bush.
Yeah.
Like, I put it on my mom, bro. And, like, that's the shit that people need to understand, bro. Like, the executive branch is literally nothing but just a, like, figment of your imagination. It really doesn't mean shit. Like, the president can veto shit. The Senate can make laws, and the president can be like, nah, I don't fuck with this. But the Senate can vote against his veto. So really, what kind of power do you have? The president really only has power over the military. The president has the power to press that red button if we go into a nuclear war, if shit going too crazy. Be like, all right, we finna kill all you Koreans, all y'all Muslims. Boom, it's over. You feel me? Niggas is packed out. That's the only power that the president has, is the power over the military. And because of how America's built, that's a lot of power, because we have the strongest military besides Russia in China.
So with all that said, like, let's dive a little deeper into what we can tell people to kind of guide them in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think,
like, if someone came up to you and said, let me break it down. Like, if someone came up to you and said, like, what can I do to give myself a better shot at not falling victim to the system that is set up against, the poor people, the people in poverty, or the less fortunate, or the people that have a kind of a weak mindset.
If you're someone with a dream who works a 9 to 5 out of necessity and wants to grow from that 9 to 5, stop thinking like an employee. Stop thinking like a fucking bug. Stop thinking like a slave, because we're not slaves. Having a job is just indoctrinated slavery with a little paycheck, and even still, they taking your money. All them taxes and shit is your bread. So at the end of the day, you still a motherfucking slave, because you're not seeing the rest of your bread. Feel me? So stop thinking like an employee. If you a motherfucker who work just like me, I got a full-time job. I work 10 hours a day. You feel me? And I don't think of myself as an employee. I think of myself as an investor. I'm taking this money that I'm getting from my job and investing it into this radio station.
As hard as it may be to make, as little of the money as it may be, you're still investing into what you believe, because you know your real worth. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to for me. The advice I'd give someone is follow that dream that you had, whether it be like the dream you had as a kid or whatever it is. Like, stay true to yourself and know your self-worth is very important. Like, you can't...
And make your friends go to law school. Like, if you a person who's an entertainer, if you're a person who's a musician or anything like that, and you got a camp of niggas around you that you trust, make them go to school for law enforcement, for being a lawyer. Make them go to school for history. Let these motherfuckers and these executive branches know that you are not a stupid motherfucker. Everyone around you has to not only be able to know how to fight, but be able to know how to defend you in court. And be able to know how to defend you against big time lawyers that defend presidents, that defend governors, that defend executives of music labels. Turn your friends into your powerhouse. Turn yourself into a powerhouse.
You could do a lot more with a team than you could do by yourself.
Exactly. Make yourself a team of very, very intelligent motherfuckers who look dumb as fuck. But know just as much as an Ivy League lawyer does. Who knows just as much as a historian does. Make these motherfuckers think that you are stupid.
That's. I wanted to stop you there because looking stupid is important too, right? When you look like you got it all figured out, that's when you have like the wrong kind of attention coming to you, and they'll try to stop you, right? So like you really should move in a certain manner, like you want to blend in with the scene. That's why a lot of millionaires, they drive old ass cars because they don't want people to know how much money they really have. They don't want people to know the power that they really. Oh, you know what I mean?
Rappers get shot because they drive BMWs. Rest in peace to XXXTentacion. It's just how it is, bro. And the crazy thing is that when it comes to like rapping and it comes to niggas like buying flashy shit, they are still slaves even though they have money because they feel like just because they have this money and they may be African American or come from an impoverished neighborhood that they have to flash it and let the white executive know, hey, I got money too, Johnny Cochran, I got money too, I got money too, Warren Buffett. But you still ain't got as much money as Warren. Let me tell you something, bro. Warren Buffett buys the same $3 sandwich, has the same khakis, and lives in the same house, and has lived in the same house for 30 years, and is worth $60 billion.
Right.
Motherfuckers who get famous off rap music buy mansions in Bugatti.
Successful people do the same thing at the same time every day. They have a very strict schedule, very disciplined with it, and they don't allow too many things to fuck it up.
Exactly. Act stupid and act broke but really, just be informed.
Yeah, you don't need to flash your shit.
Be informed about contracts. Be informed about what the government is taking from you. Be informed about history, even biblical history. Be informed about everything that they ever told you from 6th grade up is a lie. Everything. It's a fucking lie. And if it's not a lie, it's omitted. It's a fucking lie. It's a lie or it's an omission. Every single system of
people have to learn to think for themselves.
Yes.
That's another big thing. Like
that is the ultimate thing.
That's what it all comes down to. Like a lot of people are they're instilled with this like we're force-fed information and we're left to just like let other people think for us all our lives. Like some people it's unfortunate because they grow up in a situation where like maybe they're spoiled and their parents always thought for them. And they don't know how to think for themselves. Well, that's not really setting them up for success. You know what I mean? They're set up for failure already because they have other people making decisions for them all the time, right? That's not good. So that's one. The other thing is like, when you get out in the real world and you're not thinking for yourself, a lot of shit goes bad. And you fall victim to a lot of stuff. A lot easier than if you knew how to actually like really think about something and make a good decision. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's really what it comes down to. So learn to think for yourself and just know your self-worth. Like you're better than what other people look. Nobody's going to think highly of you or put you in a better situation or know your worth more than you know it for yourself. Like you have to know your own self-worth. Nobody's going to believe in you until you believe in yourself. Nobody's going to give a fuck and actually like look at you like, all right, like he's going places unless you actually really believe that within yourself. That's what it comes down to for me. So
that's very true.
That's how I would break it down.
And not only that, but like, bro, it's so easy to just pick up a fucking book.
Yeah, you gotta
read.
You don't have to like for me, like I hated reading as a kid, right? Mm-hmm. I love it now, but you got to find like what you're passionate about. Like I'll read a book about like fitness. I'll read a book about business. I'll read a book about philosophy. I'll read a book about outer space. I'll read a book about dreaming. Like these are all things that I'm passionate about, right? I'll read a book about music. all that stuff I'm passionate about. And then that led me into like learning more about like religion and politics and stuff. And I don't dive too deep into that, but you still have to educate yourself enough to survive and not be a victim of what the fuck is set up against you. Like, bro, it's just playing it safe. That's all it is. True.
And it's crazy because some people, it's really good that you mentioned like religion and stuff like that, because a lot of people,
it's important.
Yeah, a lot of
people are pushed away from it.
A lot of people who think that because you're spiritual, you have to automatically belong to some type of religious denomination.
You don't.
I tell people all the time, like, I
believe whatever you want to believe.
I believe in God. I believe in the Most High. I believe in Jesus Christ. But I am not and never will be a Christian, because the moment you put God's power into a Bible or into a denomination of faith, God isn't all powerful like the Bible described. He's just marginalized to one group of people, one monotheistic religion with one book that has nothing but motherfucking fables in it. I don't believe more than half the shit that happened in the Bible, bro.
I
don't.
I have my own theories, and I don't want to dive too deep, but I think we're all the same people.
Reincarnation could be
I think we're all the same people.
That shit, that could be possible.
I really do.
And because of the fact that I believe that God is all powerful, I don't put any type of things off the table. If someone comes up to me and tells me they believe in reincarnation, I'll tell them, well, hey, I believe in God, and since I believe God is all powerful, there's nothing He can't do. So maybe
anything's possible.
Exactly. So maybe reincarnation is part of the journey.
Right.
You know, maybe reincarnation is part of the journey. Maybe you are living in a different life than what you lived before you died.
Honestly, I think honestly, we're all the same people, and we're talking right now, having a conversation, but that's only because God made it that way. Like, we're really living out our lives at different times.
That could be possible because
and I can't even explain that because it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me.
Let me give you like a small, like, brief explanation, because I think I understand where you're coming from. Time is infinite.
Exactly.
Time and space.
You're right. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm saying.
Time does not have one singular universe that it stretches into.
For example, when you travel in outer space.
The time in outer space is completely different than the time here. Completely motherfucking different.
You could leave for 6 months and it's like 30 years there or some shit.
Bro, imagine how long 6 hours is in space.
Right.
So it's probably like a day or two.
You see what I'm saying?
Feel me? On Earth, that's probably like a day or two.
That's
6
crazy.
hours in space. Because space is where time and space come to collide, and time stretches within space. Space stretches within time when you're actually in the physical manifestation of space. So you could that's why it takes so fucking long for a light to stretch.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Because it's going through not only is it going through space, but it's going through time.
But it travels fast.
And it travels fast. The only way you can...
Like, think about it. When you flick a light on, that shit immediately lights up the room.
Let me turn this light off right now. Look how fast that was.
Right.
Look how fast that was.
It lit up the whole room.
You can't even blink that fast.
Right.
You can't even blink that fast, bro. Not one single person can even blink that fast. Like, let me give you like a comical comparison. When Goku does instant transmission, he is literally traveling through space and time. His molecules, his atoms break down to a molecular, even I think atomic and gravitonic structure, and he reappears somewhere else. He literally travels through time. And that's the premise of time travel, is going faster than the speed of light. And going faster than the speed of light will kill someone. Because black holes, they eat up light. They eat up. So if a black hole eats up light, it eats up time.
They just found that second, what they're coining the second Earth. Like, they found a planet that's like the second Earth. And the thing is, to travel there, we got to figure out how the fuck we're gonna get there.
What is it, like trillions of light years away, right?
It's like so many billion miles away. Like so many billions of miles away. Think about how a billion miles, it's multiple billion miles, but think about 1 billion miles, how far that is.
Walking 1 mile is a stretch for me.
Yeah, is that what I'm saying?
I hate walking down the street to the
Even
store.
driving in a car, just a mile, like think about a billion miles.
Exactly.
I've driven from the East Coast to the West Coast. I drove from Jersey to Cali. One side of the map to the next, right?
Yeah.
And that shit was long. You know what I'm saying? I did it straight, and that shit was like a day and some change.
I feel like traveling 1 billion miles, you have to travel through space
That's a
and time.
fucking lot of. I don't give a fuck how fast you're going. That shit. It's gonna take some time.
You have to be traveling through space and time,
Right.
bro.
So to figure out like if we can like have like life, if we could like start a life there, right, and populate that new Earth or whatever planet we found, we're gonna have to figure out first how to get there. And scientists, I think, are working on that right now, which is pretty cool. It's very, very interesting. I'm very interested in that kind of shit.
Word, me too, man. Me too. You know what's crazy? Not to like get off topic or nothing, but this that you fucking posted at me, motherfuckers are saying I bodied him. There's some haters on there saying that I didn't body him.
Whatever.
Shit wasn't good.
Does that really matter?
It's just dick riders, bro. Just dick riders. That's all that it is. Just dick riders.
Is this the official diss?
I had to because I'm about to drop it at 6 on my
He did that just having fun and not trying.
Yeah,
People know what's up.
Exactly.
People know what's up.
Exactly. So after you email me the fucking video, I'm gonna post it up on fucking Facebook and shit, and I'm gonna fucking show people I bodied him, and it's about to be a campfire. Like niggas are about to fucking get eaten, bro. Eaten. It's over.
Facts.
It's so.
And again, I want to reiterate, just for everybody that doesn't understand, like, we're not trying to diss anybody or come anybody's like.
Oh no, fuck
livelihood.
that, Dante.
Like,
I'm trying to diss you. Suck my dick. But after that,
listen.
But after that,
on wax though, on a record.
Oh yeah,
not
on
in real
record.
life. I'm trying to. People have there's a very thin line in between, and I need people to understand. Like, there's dissing someone and coming at them, and people taking offense to it. Like, but the sport of hip hop, like an actual sport or a boxing match, it's a sport. It's a sporting event. Let's not, because people really think that rap beef is it's real beef. It's not. I need people to understand, like, we're doing this just for the fun.
Rap beef hasn't been real beef.
We're all in this. We're all in this together. We're doing this. We all have the same goals. We're pushing for the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? We're all artists, like, trying to make it, like, starving artists too.
If you ask, I want to work with you, but keep following your dreams.
Right.
Yeah.
But we just did this because we're letting people know. We're setting the tone. We're setting a tone here in South Jersey and Philly, and we need people to understand. And probably even further than that. It'll probably stretch further, but I'm just going to start with South Jersey and Philly. I don't actually think there's an artist that can compare to what we can do. And if you feel that you can do that, please rise to the occasion and prove me wrong.
Please.
I want someone to humble me. I want someone to shut me the fuck up. When I get on a record, I really feel like in this whole area, there's nobody that can see me. And I strongly, confidently can say that. So if you feel that you can do better, prove it.
Please.
Prove it.
I welcome you to.
Prove it.
Because, bro, before I got this good at rapping, there were niggas who were better than me, and they would show me their music, and they're like, yo, like, you're so good at rapping. I'm like, nah, bro, you body me. Like,
I couldn't rap like that a year ago, bro. So something's working, bro. It's not even me. Like, God picked that fucking pen up and did that. I didn't even do it. The shit's weird.
You ate, bro.
The shit's weird.
You ate, bro.
Something's happening right now, and I can't understand. I can't explain it. It's happening,
bro. It was so ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That's how I know this shit's meant to be. Like, it's fucking nuts.
Facts. I'm so excited to, like, take this journey. And I'm very, very honored to be on this journey with someone just as talented as me. Like, it's so fucking dope. Like, I don't think there's any, like, even in rap music, bro, I don't think there's any duo that is bodying us. Like, the Locks couldn't touch us. Powerhouse, maybe.
There is no, look, I would bring my all, but, like, a year ago, if you asked me, I would talk about all these people that would body me. When you get to a certain level, I don't actually believe it's possible anymore. Like, a battle would be us versus, like, Slaughterhouse. Would be a fucking battle.
I said Powerhouse.
Okay?
Slaughterhouse, yeah.
And that would be a match. That's someone those are guys that I think
I would feel so honored to lose against them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they were to actually pen some shit directed towards us, I would feel honored.
If I lost,
because I love Joe Budden, I love Crooked Eye, I love Joel Ortiz, I love Royce, love all of them. Mm-hmm. They inspired me to write like that. Like, I love those guys.
And if they were to if they were to body me, I know that, like, it would take a lot of both parties' effort. You feel me? Because we're very elite lyricists, they are.
I don't think we're there yet, but I think I wouldn't back down from it now.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't back down.
I would show niggas my talent, most definitely.
I wouldn't back down.
Especially if like one of them disrespected.
I don't know if that's stupid of me or not, but I would not back down. I'm not. I'm not gonna receive a diss from anybody in this world and not fucking rise to the occasion. It's gonna happen.
Even if you body me, my nigga, you can't say I didn't respond.
Yeah.
Tory,
come on, bro. I want a response. Like we're all waiting for that response, Tory. You can't like. I'm going to say this one more time, like, you don't get to decide who wins the battle if you're in it. Like, the fans decide. So please fucking respond to Joiner so we can move on with this shit.
I'm a big fan of this nigga. I've been listening to this nigga since Conflicts of My Soul. Like,
you're a Tory stan.
Bro, facts. And I'm so proud to be a
I love Tory Lanez. I love Tory Lanez.
Come on, Daystar.
Love me some Tory Lanez. But, like, at the end of the day, like, you need to fucking respond to this man.
Come on, Daystar.
Otherwise, you're taking that L.
Come on, Daystar. You up next.
Daystar.
Come
on, Day.
Hold on. I got bars for him. Come on, Day. Come on, Daystar. You up next. And Jordan Lucas before we see the sunset. Like, come on.
Yo, listen. You're going to call. I'm waiting for a call. For everybody listening, I'm waiting for a call. Pause. Is Dix in the building? Or is Hendo here?
Nah, it's still Hendo. Bro.
All right. I'm waiting for a call from Hendo tomorrow, and I better get a call saying Tory took the L. If he doesn't respond tonight or by tomorrow morning, you're going to call me by the afternoon and say he took the L. I want to hear it.
If he doesn't respond by the time I'm done seeing my son tomorrow morning by 8 o'clock, I will call you and tell you.
I want to hear every fucking bone in your body and the humbleness in the phone call, and I want you to say, yo, Tory took the L.
I'll say it that calmly.
Tory took the L.
I'll say it that calmly.
Right, so there's no emotion involved. Like, you're logically like, yeah. Tory took the L.
Tory took the L.
That's what I want to hear. And if you do that, then I'll respect it.
Bruh, because, like, I love Joyner Lucas.
Tory, diss me. Diss shoe. Tory. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say. I was gonna say Joyner diss.
I'll body Joyner.
I would love that though. If Tory or Joyner diss me, that'd be great. I'm tagging them in both my shit later. So that's that.
I would definitely. If Tory Lanez diss me, bro, I'll earth that nigga for real. I'll really earth that nigga on my mom. So
I would bury Tory Lanez. And if you don't already know that, then I'll go prove it.
I'll eat him alive.
I would bury him.
I'll eat him alive for real.
Bury him. But I love him. And Tory and Joyner, you guys need to link up and do that track because I want to hear that track together.
Yeah, word.
That's gonna be dope.
Most definitely.
That's gonna be everything we need. It's gonna be like the best collaborative shit that we've heard in a while. It's basically like Drake and Eminem doing a track together.
That's
right.
Exactly
it's basically like Drake and Eminem doing a track, just a more modernized version. It's like we're gonna have the best singing ever and the best rapping ever.
But with just Drake and Eminem, not the Forever John.
Nah, yeah, just them. Like strictly them. That'd be dope. I would really appreciate a Drake and M track. That'd be dope.
I would appreciate that a lot.
But there's too much ego there. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
There's way too much ego for them to step in the studio together.
I hate the fact that M even has an ego. It really irks me.
He's the best. He's the GOAT. How could you not? Nobody. I would feel the same way.
He is the GOAT.
You know what I mean?
He is the GOAT. I don't really have much else to say, man.
I don't either. I think that pretty much sums it up for us today, guys. Thanks for tuning in and checking us out at The Connection, where we connect the dots between hip-hop and mental health. I'm Shu. You can go find me at Shu, SHOE 856 on all my social media. You can go follow Hendo at
Hendo609 _. You feel me?
And this man said he's sober, and I'm not fucking with it. I'm not believing that for a second. But also go follow us right now on IG at _connection_radio show. Facts. And tune in every week, 3 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. ABM101.com, live radio section under The Connection. Also, one last thing I want to let everybody know. If anybody, is dealing with any, kind of like mental illnesses or mental disorders or any kind of mental health issues or just anything, suicidal thoughts, just reach out to us. You can reach out to us anytime. I don't give a fuck if it's 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Hit me up. I'm always here for you guys, and, that's why we have the show.
Facts. All right, guys.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Have a good night.
Fucking true.